Hi, I'm Alan Unell, and this series of videos is Healthcare Reform Advocacy, or Healthcare Advocacy, where we address problems in the healthcare system and take actions to make a better system for all of us. Upfront warning, we're going to be discussing rape, and if you don't want to hear about it, move on. Otherwise, down below in the description box is a link to the Healthcare Advocacy newsletter that is the text for today's talk. And in addition, there is an action which is super important for you to take. Okay, so let's get started. There is a shameful treatment of rape victims in the United States, and that's what we're going to talk about. More than 64,000 women and girls became pregnant in this last year because of rape in states that implemented abortion bans after Roe versus Wade was overruled, according to a new research estimate that was published online Wednesday. In that newsletter below, you'll find a link to that research. It was published by the Journal of the American Medical Association Internal Medicine in a research letter, and it was headed up by the medical director at Planned Parenthood of Montana. And they estimated that almost 520,000 rapes took place and were associated with 64,565 pregnancies across 14 states, most of which had no exceptions that allowed for termination of pregnancies that occurred as a result. You know, if that's in a year, that's one rape every minute. Texas topped the list with 45% of the rape-related pregnancies occurring within the state, researchers estimated. 91% of the estimated rape-related pregnancies, if you want to do the arithmetic, that's over 58,000, took place in states that have no exception for abortion for rape. Charming. Abortion exceptions for rape are also meaningless in general because when they have them in states, they generally demand a police report. And it is very difficult for a woman to subject herself then to police activity after having been raped. 12 states are enforcing almost complete bans on abortion, according to the Guttmacher Institute, which is a pro-abortion rights organization. While it's not banned in Wisconsin or North Dakota, abortion access has been complicated in the two states by legal uncertainty in Wisconsin and the decision by North Dakota's only abortion clinic to move. Great. Sexual violence affects millions of people every year in the U.S., according to the CDC. There'll be a link in the newsletter to the CDC report. Over half of women have experienced sexual violence involving physical contact, according to the CDC. This is just hateful behavior, and it cannot be allowed to stand. This is the Taliban in America who has put us here, and those who seek to subjugate women in this way need to be publicly identified and shamed. Okay, there's a link to an NBC report on this story. It's in the newsletter. Here's the action to take. America's well on its way to hell, thanks to those who subjugate women. The Supreme Court has traveled back in time and endorsed states' rights for abortion, forcing women into subjugation. You know, and it's not like they didn't know this was exactly what would happen. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to annoy our elected representatives, members of Congress and senators, over and over and over again to get them to take action. They need to know that their jobs are at stake if they don't. Okay, you can use ResistBot and you can text the phrase SIGN sign PSMVBN to 50409, and here's the email you'll be sending. Otherwise, you can use it as a sample text and you can call or email your representatives. Down below in the description box, there's a resources section. There are links where you can get their contact information. Here it is. I'm your constituent, and I just learned that there are about 520,000 rapes, one a minute in the U.S., that resulted in 64,565 pregnancies across 14 states. Of those, 91% happened in states that have no exceptions that allow for termination of pregnancy that occur as a result of a rape. That's more than 58,000 women, 45% of them in Texas. Are you okay with this kind of treatment? I hope not. I want you to come out in public and let everyone know that this kind of treatment of women in the U.S. is not acceptable. How many women do you think have to suffer before this changes? I want you to get the Women's Health Protection Act, that's H.R. 12 or Senate Bill 701, passed and fast. And I want you to make sure that mifepristone, the abortion medication, is available by telehealth and by mail, fast. That's H.R. 767 and Senate Bill 4467. I want you to behave just like your job depends on this action, because it does. Okay, it wasn't a happy talk today, but please take the action. Down below, you can like, share, and subscribe. You can sign up at Healthcare Advocacy for free delivery of these newsletters to your inbox every day. Thanks for watching. More tomorrow.